Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so today's lesson is about trying out new mediums to help level up your creativity. And specifically in 2024, because that's the year that we're in right now. But the other thing I want to touch base with is, if you use specific tools to sketch everything, which is okay. Like with me, I've been drawing all my life with pencil. I also love pen too. And if you have your little go-to tools, that's totally fine. But sometimes, if you're feeling a creative rut, okay, and we've all had those, I have several videos on how to overcome creative ruts, whether it's collecting reference, thinking outside the box, well, not so blatantly like that, but actually going outside and sketching what you see out there, trees, rocks, and roots, drawing animals, that kind of thing. Those methods of doing new art can really add some nice complexities to your art and also help level up your skills. And in my case, which you see right now, put a little thumbnail of a creature here. I have no idea what I'm drawing, but this is the fun part. Those of you that know how I thumbnail and everything. This is a really fun and therapeutic way to draw. You're also probably wondering, what is that I'm actually drawing with? Because it looks like a paintbrush, but it also looks like a marker. And I'm happy to say that it is actually both. Okay. So I want to thank today's sponsor, Gravy, and their dual tone markers are absolutely amazing. These markers and these dual tip markers and the acrylic brush sets were invented specifically over the pandemic to help people, cope with isolation and whatnot. But I'll be getting into more about Gravy markers in just a moment. Okay, so right now I'm just kind of splashing some ideas across the page, scribbling ideas. Notice how some of the lines are thicker than others. When it comes to thumbnailing, it's best to accept that not all of them are going to look good. And I think part of the problem that a lot of aspiring artists have is that they will try to perfect every single thing that they put down on paper. And what that does is it deters them away from creating new and fun ideas. Creating ideas and drawing well are two different things. Okay. Have you ever been in that rut where you wanted to draw a person, just a character? You had a good idea, but your anatomy's off. Okay, or you were too worried about your technical skills, and you ended up worrying too much about the anatomy and not enough about the design. Well, when it comes to thumbnailing, you throw all of that out the window because you can always go back and refine things. And you can do this thumbnailing technique for spaceships, weapons, armor, character silhouettes, creature silhouettes, as you see here. And these are pretty crazy, so I'm going to try to change these up, and I might even add some colors in here for a little bit. But I also want to go into some more detail about today's sponsor, Gravy. So their extra fine tip acrylic marker set, okay, there's 28 of them in there, and has replaceable fiber nibs, which is pretty cool. Okay, you can see the nice little tip that it has there. Okay, and then if I pull this over, you can see there's a wide range of colors. And these are fantastic. Very, very vibrant colors. And they also send the acrylic marker extra fine tip. This is also available from them. So if you check the links in the description below, and if you type in Bobby15, you will get a 15% discount on any one of these that you buy. So with these, it's a little different. You just take them and you shake it and you activate the acrylic paint inside, and then it fills up the sponge right there, and then you can paint with it. So it's pretty nice. And then these close like this, so the quality is very good. And I've been really excited to use these. So I've been using these off and on for several months now, just to get my bearings, just to feel how these are in the hand. the other thing that I want to mention about Gravy markers is this awesome drawing pad that they give you. It's 20 sheets, different colors too. Okay, you can see you got navy blue, you got pink, green, gray, white, all kinds of colors that you can sketch on. And also, the other thing I want to mention about these markers is they're quick drying, so you don't have to worry about runniness or anything like that. Look at all these crazy shapes. I think I'm going to pick a color that's going to vibe with these pretty well. Let's see what happens if I pull out an orange, how that looks. All right, so this is an orange, okay, and it also says not for children under 3 years of age. So those of you that have kids, please watch that. It's quick drying, water-based, non-toxic. So let's see what the orange looks like next to it. See, look how vibrant that is. So wouldn't that be cool if I added a little highlight? Maybe the light source is up there on the right side of this creature. It's almost like a little crab creature. All right, put that up there. I think I'm going to do the same thing over here to our evil-looking emaciated dog. I don't even know what this is, but I'm just going to call it an emaciated dog. This could be Charlie over here. I put some highlights over there. This kind of thing, when you may be bored of your own methods, you know, you've been sketching the same way for a while, and you just want to try something new. You know, exploring new mediums can really open your mind up to new possibilities. And get you working with color too. You know, for years, I kind of avoided color just because I didn't understand color. And I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I couldn't get into it. It's not that I hated color. You know, this is way back in the day. It's not that I hated color. It's that I didn't understand color theory very well. Okay, but when you start to mess with different mediums that are in color, I love the feel of these markers too. It looks like I drew a chair. A chair monster. That's essentially what it is. But I started to avoid colors because I didn't understand the color wheel too much, or I didn't pay attention to it and I was supposed to learn it way back. I just thought that color just didn't look good, you know. I think those of you that are listening to me right now have been in the boat where you would have a really cool sketch in black and white, but then when you start adding color to it, it just ruins everything. Okay, digitally or traditionally, especially traditionally. You know, at least if you do it traditionally, the sketch part, and then you scan it in, you know, and you do the rest of your coloring in Photoshop, you have that lovely thing we call Control-Z. Well, when you sketch it traditionally, you don't have Control-Z. Here's it almost looks like a flattened tree. It's like root system out there. There we go. The other great thing about these fine tip markers is, yes, they dry very quickly, but also it feels like I'm painting with a very fine-tuned brush, because if I barely press, it's skinny, you know, very skinny, and it follows the flow of my hand very quickly. And then all of a sudden I just lay it to the side and I have a huge stroke right there. So that's kind of cool. It takes care of large areas that I want to fill up rather quickly. You know what? Let's have some fun again. Why don't we do the orange as a thumbnail? It's kind of orange. There we go. Do something crazy. Maybe like an insect that has legs over here. And then it's attached to a body that is over here. Now, thumbnailing. The great thing about thumbnailing is these ideas that I'm throwing around and scratching together, you wouldn't get these ideas if you were thinking too hard. I'm not thinking of these. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that if I find something really neat within these silhouettes, I'm just going to take it and refine it and draw something new. I think that would be kind of fun. And that would be the ultimate challenge for me, wouldn't it? Okay, let's say that let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe I have like 10 or 11 that I'm going to end up with, and then I'll just pick one. And then I'll just come over here to the next page, and then I'll refine it with the same markers. add some new color in there. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Okay, let's put the little ground plane in there. There we go. All right, let's move it on over. Let's try a different color. Now we got a lot here. So we can choose from the bottom row. We can have, what about a blue? Let's do blue. And I'm just going with the flow here. I'm not trying anything too difficult. Oh, that is very vibrant. That's awesome. I haven't tried the blue yet. Mostly I stuck with the grays when I first got this pack just to test things out, and I have to say even the grays were very impressive. But this one, it feels like I'm really painting with a paintbrush. Kind of reminds me of one of the creatures that I had drawn already a couple of years ago. This big, ugly, Lovecraftian tentacled creature. I don't know what it is about tentacles, but we as creature designers, and I think those of you listening right now, and you're creature designers, I think you can agree with me that tentacles just add a whole new level to them. It's kind of like spikes. When in doubt, add spikes. Okay, so I'm going to add a spike there, spike there, spike there, spike there. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but there's a lot of spikes in this creature. Very hairy face, maybe. And you definitely don't want to deal with this thing even when it's not feeling grumpy. But if it is grumpy, you need to run. Okay, so we need to add just a little bit of contrast with that one because the blue is almost too intense. So I could just jump in and add a darker blue, or, let's just do that. I'm just going to come over here to my colors. I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, come over here to my colors. I think I'm going to add this one. Now, these would look pretty good, but we want to get too light. So why don't we just add this one, which is 650. Okay, and also with the numbers, when you look inside the sketch pad that Gravy gives you, you have the swatch sheet. So by all means, you can color in your own swatches. This is awesome. Okay. All right, so let's jump into our picture and let's add in some contrast. This is going to be cool. So if you ever have some markers and you need to add in some contrast, but you're not really confident about mixing together, you can keep everything 2 to 3 tones. So for example, when I drew the body of this four-legged creature up here, I just added the highlight with the warmth, and those are just 2 markers, but I didn't mix them together. Okay, now you could do the same thing here. Okay, let's say that you want to define the shadow. Okay, there's part of the belly, and then maybe under the wing a little bit. Okay, this leg is kind of ambiguous. It just looks like a giant appendage popping out, but if you add the shadow, then you start to get a sense that, oh, that's like a really big shoulder, and it's on the side of the creature now. Maybe put the eye in right there. And then, of course, under some of the tentacles, not every single one, you can start adding in some very faint indications of shadow there. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And the other thing is you can do that with the other color over here. So put in a shadow, because blue, oh man, that offers like a really cool look. And this kind of art is just so therapeutic. I'm a creature designer for film and games, but when it comes to just playing with different mediums and exploring, it's so therapeutic. Because you are forced to do things that you weren't thinking of before. It's always nice when we sketch things and we have something really new and we feel good about the newness of it. Like a creature, a character, a gun, prop, whatever, that we come up with and we have never done anything like that before. You get this sudden rush of excitement. Okay, and this is the excitement. I'm getting that excitement. Okay, so that's a lot of fun. All right, so let's go back here to our original color. Okay, so how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe we can do some small ones too to add some variety to the sketch page in general. Okay, and I'm just going to draw the ground plane just for fun. This is what I like doing on all my thumbnail pages anyway. Those of you that know me and have seen my work and my portfolio, when I put thumbnails in, I'm kind of a neat freak about it. I'll number them and I'll make the ground plane even throughout. But sometimes it's just fun to sporadically place them around the the canvas or whatever you're drawing on. All right, so maybe this one has a very big mouth that it opens. Okay, maybe this is a swimming creature. Okay, so we have some fins. Kind of looks like an ichthyosaurus. Well, I guess I didn't need the ground, did I? We could put a fin in there, like the anal fin, dorsal fin, put all that stuff in there. See, I didn't expect to do this, but it just happened like that. So look at the size of this. I better stop. I'm just going to keep adding to it. Now it looks like a megalodon mixed with, I don't know what it's mixed with. Ooh, you know what would be crazy? Let's just put a leg back there. This thing can also crawl and land if it wanted. That's disgusting. Okay, let's move on to, well, so much for making a small one, right? I kind of just defeated my own rule here. The other thing I want to talk about is our Creature Design Workshop Discord, and you can find the links in the description below. I also run a Creature Design Workshop, which starts at the beginning of each month. But the Discord is a bustling community full of like-minded artists. We have monthly creature design challenges where there's a really nice voting system. We have forums in there for reference. We have Inktober going on right now. Those of you that aren't familiar with Inktober, you use ink. For October, it could be a calligraphy pen, it could be ballpoint, and you can mix and match whatever medium you want, add colors to them, and it's really nice. So the Discord is growing. We're almost at 4,500 members, which is crazy to say. This looks like it looks like a porcupine from another planet, but I also see a little bit of a crab in there. I don't know, those of you watching, what do you see in this? Let me know in the comments below what you see in that critter, what you see in general, and your favorite. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to put you through that until I number them, because as a concept artist, you should always number your work. Why? Because you're not the only one that's going to be looking at it. So let's number them. Okay, 3, 9. Okay, now we have them numbered. We have 10 so far. So we'll continue to number them until I'm done. Okay, why don't we add some tone to that one? I think that would be cool. And we could probably just go to this dark blue. No, that's not working. Instead, I have the perfect tone for that. This one. That one will definitely show up. I love how fast that these dry. Very cool. So you can start to see some shape on top of that. And the reason why it's good to have fast drying markers is because you need to put tone over top of other tones, and you can't do that. You don't want to mix it until it's dry. Well, this way, gravy markers dry very, very fast. Let's put in a ton of eyes on this one. See, my sketching today is just free-flowing on. So if all of you are wondering, hey, how can I level up my art? Trying different mediums is the way to go. And I want to mention again, if you check the links in the description, if you're interested in purchasing gravy markers, you can use my code BOBBY15 to get an extra 15% off. It's definitely worth it. I have to say that these are some of the best markers I've ever used, and I've used a lot of markers over the years, especially with being an industrial designer where we had to. This one has a gross little tongue. I'm just going to put that out there. 2 tongues, actually. And then, hey, when in doubt, well, I'm not really doubting this one, but why don't we just put a slight row of spikes going in the back there, because we can. See those 2 little extra hands under there? I didn't plan on that happening, which is the beauty of thumbnail sketching. I'm doing things that I didn't plan. So now I have this whole sheet of creatures that I'm pretty excited about. Some of them look like hairballs, especially this one. All right. So if you're drawing along with me and maybe you're attending art school or you want to be a concept artist for games, thumbnailing like this is a game changer, not only for you as an artist that wants to grow, but your team too. Because remember, you as a concept artist, you're placed at you're at the forefront of everything. Okay. If a concept artist doesn't do their job, then nobody else has a job. Seriously, because you have to design all the stuff. And if you're struggling coming up with ideas, there are ways to get around that. I've gone over those in several videos, such as look at more reference. Quit trying to make up everything in your head. Okay? We all want to invent things on the fly, yes, but if you don't collect reference, then you have no visual frame of reference in your mind in order to pull ideas from to invent things. Ooh, I like this one. This is kind of a gritty creature there. But I don't want to put tongues out because I already put a tongue coming out of there. You know what? I might actually use this one. I really like that silhouette. I didn't plan on that one. Now I had a hint of it up here in number 3, and then I kind of went back to the more solid round shapes, like for the crab. I did a tree for no reason. But after I number them, when I finish this, okay, we got 11, we got 12. How long have I been talking to you? A little more than 12 minutes? Okay, we just did 12 thumbnails. I mean, if you look at this hypothetically, you have 12 different projects for your portfolio. You can do refinement sketches, do front and back views, call-outs. That's what we do in our creature design workshop, if you want to sign up for that. I teach you how to do all this stuff. Thumbnailing, gathering reference. If you want to sign up, check out the website in the link, or in the description for the link, and then you'll see it. And here you can go back over and kind of maybe go back over some areas with a pen. Because again, gravy markers dry so quickly, which is nice. You can add a whole other array of the depth to these sketches and really, really make these pop. So there is a little something that I want to mention now. I kind of kept this a secret. Is not only do gravy brush tips feel like brushes, they actually have a light side and a dark side. Let me explain. So you see this tone that I've been using throughout all of my thumbnails. Well, it also has a light side. So you can sketch over top of the darker side and immediately have a highlight. Now how cool is that? And I thought, when I first saw this, I thought, wow, what a way to add texture without having to worry about mixing them when you didn't want to mix them. And it just offered a whole new range of possibilities with your sketches. Because now I can have a light source and I don't have to worry about mixing those too much. So you can see the highlight happening here. So it almost feels like you're sketching with a pencil and just shading, which is really cool. And then when you combine the warmth highlight up here in, let's say, number 3 with this softer light version of that original marker, it just feels like you're really painting on canvas, which is nice. And the other thing that I love about this sketch pad is that the paper itself is very thick. It almost feels like cardstock, but it offers a lot of stability and possibilities. So now I'm just kind of painting over everything. So hopefully that shows up well for you guys so you can see this. Okay, so like in here, I'm gonna need to put some highlights on this crazy critter. Again, I don't know what that is. You know what needs a highlight? Our little friend Ralph here, number 10. Okay, because Ralph doesn't know what he is. I don't know what Ralph is. It looks like it has one black eye, so there's the bottom of the eye, there's the mouth, maybe the lip. Ralph, I commend you for having patience and waiting for me. That is one deadly looking, bumpy, spiky, rocky crustacean. So Ralph is one not to be messed with. You hear that, everyone? Do not do it. Let's go over to our mutated megalodon mixed with a plesiosaur mixed with an ichthyosaur. Look at that. I'm already putting my arm around and my hand, and there's nothing on my palm. It already dried, which is excellent. So I want to mention again the links in the description for Gravy Marker. You have your extra fine tip acrylic paint marker set of 28, and then you have your dual tone marker brush tip set of 36, and I'll show you that again. Okay, so this is the 28 acrylic marker extra fine tip. Okay, it's multi-surface too, so we have glass, ceramic, porcelain, wood, rubber, metal, fabric, stone, paper, and more. And it's 0.7 millimeters at the tip, which is fantastic. And what I've been using over there is the 36 dual tone marker set. Okay, these are the brush tips. Okay, so check those links in the description. Use code Bobby15 to get extra 15% off of Gravy markers. I also hope that today's lesson was fun. You know, I've been doing more of these thumbnailing lessons because more people have been asking for them, and I'm excited to do them for you. So the more you want these, please comment below and I will do them. I also want to see if I'm getting the right... Okay, so that's the darker version. Okay, so I sketched this one up here with the lighter version before I put that purple in there. This is the darker version of the original blue. So I'm just going to kind of go back over the area where the shadows are. I can't really add too much because I need to show the highlight within there. That thing, it just looks like something out of The Thing, really. All right, so if you're interested in my mentorship, please email me at bobbyrebholz@gmail.com. My mentorship is more in-depth, and it's a rolling basis. So you sign up when you're ready. And what we do is we come up with assignments based on what you want to get good at personally. Now, it doesn't matter how good you are. Okay, you can come into my mentorship absolutely sucking at art. Okay, I do at least require you to know how to draw a stick figure. Okay, so please do that. But we have students coming in that want to learn how to market themselves, that don't even want to learn how to draw. I'm helping students figure out their personal projects, and there's been no drawing. Others, they want to learn how to do creatures, foundation drawings such as cubes, cones, cylinders, and spheres. So again, you know, whatever you want to get better at, please email me. I'm just putting in some ballpoint pen here, just for extra depth. Okay, so I'm going to do a part 2 of this video very soon. It's not going to be today, but if you liked what you saw today, please give it a like, a thumbs up. Hey, and subscribe if you would like to. I don't really ask a lot of people to subscribe. I know that a lot of content creators do that. They do it in the beginning of the videos. I kind of forget. I just want to start drawing. So if you like what I do, just please subscribe. If you don't like what I do, that's cool. You can still comment on it, whatever you want to do. Okay, and I also have our Creature Design Workshop Discord that you can join. Check the link in the description. If you just want to draw, you know, that's cool too. But I can't believe, literally, folks, we're hitting 150,000 subscribers today. I hit 100,000 July 24th. It's only been a couple months. So it's just crazy watching this grow. And you know I never talk about my subscriber count. But now it's getting to the point where I can't not notice what's happening. And I couldn't do it without all of you. So those of you that have stuck around with me, I really appreciate you. Especially those of you that have been around since 2013. When I started my channel, and I just let it sit for a long time, like a really long time. And then I did a couple videos, and then I let it sit again for another 5 years. And you're still here, the original 1,000 of you. Okay, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching me sketch with Graby's acrylic marker set. Graby, I want to thank you for sponsoring today's video. And it's been a blast using these, and I know my children are going to love, you know, using these too. All right, folks. Hopefully today was helpful. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.